Apparently, I need to check my white privilege. Okay? Apparently, I need to check it. Hold on, let me check it. It's right here somewhere. I'll find it. Oh, wait, I'm not white. I don't have white privilege. It's a disturbing trend that I am seeing, and enough that I feel that I should break from the normal paranormal personal stream of this vlog to make a remark, is that a lot of people are pushing other people to check their white privilege to the point that whites are attacking other whites regarding white privilege. I don't want to go into what is and is not white privilege. That is not what this is about. I think that the concept of white privilege, when laying blame on others, needs to be addressed, because people are apparently so racist, they are now using the concept of white privilege as another means to discriminate against others. We've got whites hating on themselves now, and using white privilege as the platform. Oh, we are so privileged, we should apologize to the world for the fortune of our birth. It doesn't matter when it comes to the fortune of your birth, incidentally, what somebody did 10 generations ago. What matters is what you're doing now. And I was watching another YouTuber's video. This person puts out some really intelligent videos, and I don't really have enough time to watch all of their stuff, just like I don't have a lot of time to watch everything on YouTube as much as, okay, let's face it, I don't want to veg out enough to watch everything on YouTube. But they were talking about how they went to a Black Lives Matter rally, and they feel they were discriminated against based on their skin color. And I can't remember exactly what they said, but it came out that they were saying, but this is silly, they're discriminating against me because I'm white, when Black Lives Matter is not supposed to be a racist movement, yet I'm being discriminated against at this rally, and I'm not white, I'm Mexican. That's what this guy said. But this seems to be a growing issue, is God, on Facebook, the memes, check your white privilege this, white privilege that. I don't know, I'm not white, and so when someone says to me I need to check my white privilege, I'm just looking at them. And if somebody were to say to this YouTuber that I watched that he needed to check his white privilege, I mean, what white privilege? He's not white. And there are a lot of people who are not white that are reporting that they're getting sniped at and told they need to check this privilege, that apparently only whites have this privilege. So therefore, they need to check it. But they're not white. The only thing about them is that they have a pale color of skin. And so I think that using this white privilege thing is of course it was already racist to begin with, but it has turned into a racist weapon. And I strongly urge whites to check what they're doing before they check their privilege. I'm not saying they have or don't have privilege, but this is getting ridiculous. I was a substitute teacher in the urban areas of Jacksonville, Florida, very briefly, and Jacksonville is well known for the black hatred of whites, because the KKK element was still actively pursuing against blacks up until semi-recent times, even to the point that there were a lot of black women who went in to have their baby and came out sterilized without their permission. Their children were coming out sterilized, their daughters. And so, I mean, this is a real element that was happening in Jacksonville. So the hatred there runs very deep. And and I actually watched as the only white student in a room was put in the back and treated like black students used to be way back before segregation. The racism there is rampant. There was a black mother whose son was doing very well in his class, and he moved up a grade, but the teacher was white, so she had her child moved back a grade. Honest to God, held her child back from progressing because the teacher was white. So there are things here. That's not white privilege, that right there. That's racism, to the point that you're willing to hold back your children and keep them from progressing for the sake of hatred. You don't know if that white teacher would have been the one that made the difference. I can tell you one thing, though. It was a white woman that made a difference in my life when I got out of high school, because I didn't know a thing about college. I was a first generation graduate, and my white friend's white mother found out that I wasn't even going to try because I didn't think we had the money, and taught me about Pell Grants and taught me what to do. That wasn't no white privilege that handed that to me. That was friendship. That was just happening to know the right person. They weren't rich, but she had been a teacher and she knew. So, you know, before you shout, check your white privilege, you should probably be checking your actions first. Check your actions. I mean, maybe there are white privileged people out there, although I'm given to understand that the richest people in the country are Jewish. Maybe there is a lot of white privilege out there. I mean, you know, the Nazi element got into America pretty strong after World War II. We all know it did. It's there. It could very well be there's this Aryan underlying thing. I work for myself and I stay away from a lot of society, so I cannot say yay or nay. But using the white privilege thought as a way to hate on yourself is not going to fix it. Using the white privilege thing as a way to push someone else down just because you decide you don't like them based on their pigmentation of their skin is racist, period. It's just flat racist. I don't even have another way to put this. It's racist because you don't even know if that person's white. They might be one of my people. So you're going to tell my entire tribe that we have white privilege just because we aren't Hollywood dark-skinned? That's a little crazy. You don't know. And, you know, you're hating on someone that might not be white. They might be Mexican, you know. There are tribes in Russia still. So let's say that person, you know they're from Russia, but you've decided they're white. They might not be. They might be one of the many oppressed tribes from Russia. They're, you know, so, you know, before you check your privilege, you need to check your actions and check who you're pointing fingers at. You really want to change the world, then you've got to actually do actions that change the world. And you want to end racism, then you've got to actually end it, and that kind of begins with you.